Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Like my announcer just said, my name is Eric Lima, and this is my channel, WEML-TV, Channel 77. This is episode 359 of the show. Welcome, one and all, and hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is July the 7th, 2021, 10:14 p.m. As you know, the weekend is coming up rapidly fast, and the Wayland City Festival is upon us. That's right, it's around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. It starts tomorrow afternoon at 3 and ends at 8 o'clock. I'm not going on Thursday, so I'm used to the traditional weekend of the Wayland City Festival. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, though, it doesn't look promising because of rain. But then again, the weather people could be wrong, and we could end up having a nice day, or just plain old clouds. That's just fine by me. I don't mind it being cloudy. And you know what, though? It might be a little hot, but I can take it. So, listen, been working outside in the heat for the last few weeks, and it has been a little craziness, as you can see. And also another reason why I'm not going to the Wayland City Festival tomorrow is because Rant and Raid podcast, I may be thinking about making my return tomorrow, and I will be doing exactly that. I think returning tomorrow will be a good thing. If anybody else catches the videos, I do want to plan on returning, and I am hoping to make the impact. I know David 3000 and Ibarra Brothers Studios has filled in for me during that time as well, and I think with everybody now back on, with everybody on speaking terms, being civil, and having fun with the podcast, and that's what it's all about. Because the reason why I stepped out is because of that reason, because nobody was being civil about the situations and all that. But you know, I figured let things clear up, let things happen, and let the cards fall where they may. So I think, and now that the timing is perfect to come back, I did talk with my friend Thomas Willis this past Monday night when we saw the fireworks, and he told me it was a very smart move for me to step out for a bit to assess the situations and see what happens. I'm kind of looking forward to see what happens. Red Sox lost to the Angels, so 2 out of 3. I know the Angels are going to be a tough team. When you got Shohei Ohtani, who has been well skilled in both batting and pitching, I think the Angels could not be stopped at that point. So, and listen, a 3-3 road trip is not that bad considering, you know. But hey, we all win some, we all lose some, and we're going to the All-Star break with a decent record. So we'll see what happens. We're still in first place of the AL East for a bit. Well, and we'll see what happens when the second half comes. And we know we got Chris Sale coming back, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of changes to be made in the second half if the Red Sox are to stay on course for the playoffs. So we'll see. We will see what happens as Red Sox Nation waits on bated breath. Let's see. Another thing too is that I worked today. I worked early in the morning, 5:40. I worked earlier than 6 o'clock, and I got out earlier than 10. That's the first time it's ever happened to me in quite a while since I started working at the mall, basically. Also outside of Thanksgiving, because I usually get out at 9:30 on Thanksgiving morning. But it is. We had some construction going on. We're trying to make improvements on the mall too. I think that's the main key, the main reason why our mall's still standing right now is because of improvements. We're trying to make improvements and everything else. We're adding new stores, and I think that helps the mall a long way. So that's a little bit of a little nuts and bolts about what's been going on today and all that good stuff. So, but we got the meat of the video, the main event part, the meaty portion of the video, and that is the main subject for today. And the main subject, episode 359 of the show is another AEW event, Dynamite Event Center, the Road Rager. the first major event outside of Daily's Place for AEW. A lot of things have happened. A lot of craziness has happened, and I'll tell you what, it's a doozy. A South Beach strap match happened to kick off the show. Cody Rhodes went up against QT Marshall, or as I like to call him, QT Fire Marshal Bill, because let me say you something. I'm just a fire marshal. I can't do it like Jim. Jim Carrey does a better Fire Marshal Bill than I. Anyways, it was a heck of a matchup, but QT Marshall did get busted open, but Cody Rhodes did pick up the victory over QT Marshall. And then I've heard the Pinnacle, because I was interrupted because the dryer, my sister thinks the dryer wasn't working, but my brother-in-law ended up fixing that, and so it should be good and ready to go. But the Pinnacle and Inner Circle had to say about their six-man war, trios war, I should say. Tony Schiavone interviewed Kenny Omega, and then Kenny Omega's running his mouth. Evil Uno interrupts him, and then what's the capital of Thailand? And then I think Evil Uno knows what Kenny Omega's up to, but Kenny Omega was quick, saying Bangkok and all that. Hits him in the nuts, and then Dark Order started coming out, and then the Elite started brawling with them, and then Hangman Page came up and brawls with Omega, and the Elite Jackals. That's what I'm going to call them, not the new Elite. I'm calling them the Elite Jackals, because that's what Don Callis was, the original. He's a jackal. The Elite Jackals were brawling with the Dark Order, and then the Elite Jackals fled. So, and then Jim Ross interviewed Darby Allin and Ethan Page for their coffin match at Fighters Fest, and Jim Ross says he felt very uncomfortable, and Darby Allin says he's sick and tired of it. So, then they had trios matchup: Jake Hager, Santana, and Ortiz versus FTR and Wardlow. That's Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. And in the end, the Pinnacle did win the matchup, and then they attacked Conan after the match, which is very disrespectful. And MJF and Jericho stand up. Now, during the Cody Rhodes QT Marshall fight, the lights went out, and we all thought because of the weather down there in Miami, there was issues and all that. So MJF and Jericho had a standoff, and some idiot decides, some idiot fan thinks that it's funny to attack MJF. Listen, we all know we're supposed to hate MJF because he's a heel, he's a bad guy. But stay in your seats and behave yourself, man. You don't need to attack the wrestlers. You can cheer, you can boo, but listen, social distancing, folks. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, so to speak. Jeepers, bunch of idiots, right? So, anyways, and they had a standoff, and then they agreed on a stipulation. I wasn't paying attention because I was still worried about the stinking dryer. Then Jericho hits MJF with a Judas effect, though. So, I'm saying, knocked out MJF for that move. So, Jericho is not playing around. And then Tony Schiavone, also a Schiavone like Jericho did. Tony Schiavone interviewed Britt Baker. And Britt Baker was ticked off that Rebel got hurt. And Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero disrespected Britt Baker. And then Britt Baker takes a pot shot at WWE. Says, you can totally get some blood money from Saudi Arabia. I'm like, oh, good Lord. Boy, everybody's taking pot shots at the WWE, bro. And that's kind of low. And hopefully Adam Cole does not get punished for that, And so Matt Sydal went one-on-one with the debuting Andrade El Idolo. Andrade did beat him with a submission hold and then continued the submission hold to send a message. Then they had a recap of the Matt Hardy, Christian Cage history. And they're going to go at Fyter Fest finally, night one. And then Tony Schiavone was interviewing Arn Anderson about the success of Cody Rhodes and his victory over QT Marshall and the success of his debut of his son, Brock Anderson. But then the lights went out again. I was like, oh, that must have been a huge thing. And then the former Aleister Black shown up and hit his black mass on Arn Anderson. Cody Rhodes rushes to the ring, tells him off. The former Aleister Black says okay, and then hits Cody Rhodes with the black mass. But he's not going to go as Aleister Black. He's not going to go by Tommy End. He's going by the name of Malachi Black. Hey, it could be like another personality, but I don't know. So everything that Aleister Black's come back to the WWE, no, he's in the AEW now. He'll be known as Malachi Black. So that means, will Zelina Vega get punished for this? That's my main concern. I'm very, very concerned. Ricky Starks comes out with security, cuts a promo on Brian Cage. Taz tries to stop him. He says, "You don't know what you're doing. Stop it right now." And then Ricky Starks says, "No." And then Ricky Starks talks about his wife, and Cage comes out and attacks security. Then they had the mixed tag matchup. The Blade and the Bunny versus Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander. And Statlander and Chris Cassidy. And Orange Cassidy did pick up the victory over the Hardy family office members. So there's that. Jungle Boy Jack Perry accepted an award for being the first AEW superstar, wrestler, I should say, to pick up 50 victories in there. So proud. Jungle Boy Jack Perry, you rock, dude. And then Tony Schiavone once again tried to interview America's Top Teams, Amanda Nunez, and the other guy, I forget the guy's name, but Dan Lambert is one of them, but the other fighter, I'm going to try to, excuse me, just 1 second here. Let's see, who, is Amanda Nunez, Dan Lambert, who's in charge of that. I'm going to find out right about now. Let's see. I'll like that pic. There we go. So AEW Dynamite. Look at the menu Nunez. Oh, making friends already in AEW. That's pretty cool. Check it out. Pictures. And then let's see. And AEW Malachi Black, which would be oh boy. Let's see now. I'm trying to figure out this other gentleman's name from America Top Team. I'm still trying to look things up, but this is not cooperating, folks. And I'm going to try to find out what's going on, because I know Dan Lambert was in the ring. And let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Malachi Black's talking about a huge difference. Just give me a second here. Okay. Shoot. Give me a second here, folks. See, Road Rager was crazy. Let's see. Okay. Oh man, nice. What the heck? All right, give me a second here, folks. Let's see. America's Top Team. Latest. Oh, man. Sorry, folks. It has been a while. Let's see. Let me try this. America's Top Team AEW. So here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. AEW Wrestling. Here we go. Let's see if I can find anything. I'm still on Twitter. I'm just trying to, let's see. All this to find out the other fighters' names, because I don't watch UFC. Okay, here we go. I think I found him. Jorge Masvidal. Jorge Masvidal. That's his name. Jorge Masvidal. I never thought I would get that name. Jorge Masvidal, Emmanuel Nunez, and Dan Lambert were at AEW. And then Dan Lambert rips the microphone away from Tony Schiavone, bags on AEW, does an old school promo, and then Lance Archer comes out of freaking nowhere and attacks Lambert. And Masvidal and Nunez did nothing. I'm like, they don't want to mess with Lance Archer. This is gonna be very interesting. Too bad that Bobby Lashley's still in the WWE, because I'll tell you one thing, he would have been the part of that AEW. He would have rejoined up America's Top Team, and probably him and Lance Archer could have had a few. But right now, Lashley's the champ. You never know what's going to happen. And then the main event was a street fight match for the AEW Tag Team titles. Young Bucks against Eddie Kingston and Penta El Zero Miedo. And now the Jackals, the Elite Jackals, that will be Brandon Cutler and the Good Brothers. Michael Nakazawa, they were all messing with Penta and Eddie Kingston. And then Frankie Kazarian, being the Elite Hunter, attacked Brandon Cutler. He attacked just about everybody. Then he was attacked themselves. Thumbtacks came into play. But in the end, the Young Bucks did retain the Tag Team Championship. Tomorrow night, Impact at 8 o'clock. And also Rant and Rave returns to Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock. Tune in to see that. So I'm glad that everybody's on speaking good terms and whatnot. Jordan and Brandon, if you watch this video, and you can send me the link to Rant and Rave. I might be going back tomorrow. So I will be excited about that. So that's all the time we have on the show. Episode 359 of WEML-TV, Channel 77. Until the next episode of 360. I'll say tomorrow is Thundercracker Thursday. That means Bullseye Bonus Island. That's right. 20-round battle against that mean old lightning bully. And that means it will be the 18th edition of that. So be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited about also Impact Wrestling tomorrow night as well. A lot going on tomorrow on Thursday. All right. I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Peace, love, and bless out.